So welcome everybody to B-Tips. Today we're going to be interviewing a Lebanese national. Nareeman, how are you doing today?
Great, how are you?
Doing very good. Thank you. Excellent. And today we're going to interview Nareeman because we wanted to discuss a little bit of the state of affairs of Lebanon and touch base on this multi-dimensional crisis, I would say, because it's political, it's economic, and also social, especially with the accident. It's being very volatile in the country right now. For us to start, just tell about yourself, about a little bit of your life, where you come from, what city, your life back in Lebanon.
My parents were students here in the US, so I was born here and moved to Lebanon when I was only 5 months old. So technically I was raised in Lebanon until I was 18. I grew up in a small village called Bahman, very north of Lebanon, with my grandparents, family all around me. Then I moved to the city named Tripoli, which is the second biggest in Lebanon. This is where I stayed for another 10 years, graduated high school, and then moved to the United States when I was 18.
So we can dive into the conversation, Nareeman. I wanted to go straight, actually go into the future and know more about the accident. What went to your mind when you saw those news?
You know, it's shocking. No words can ever express what we really feel towards that explosion. Just sitting down and getting a bunch of notifications and messages and pictures, videos on WhatsApp from family, friends, groups about something just happened in Beirut, something unusual, something huge. People aren't able to communicate with each other. They aren't able to reach out to their loved ones. Very horrific, especially that whatever happened in Beirut, a lot of people around Lebanon heard it. So you can imagine how bad it was and how big it was. Apparently, for those who don't know, there's about 2,750 tons of nitrate ammonia that exploded on the port of Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon. There were over 300,000 families who were homeless. Their homes were destroyed. Over 200 people lost their lives. More than 6,000 injured. It's heartbreaking. It's shocking. You know, up until today, we don't know how that happened. We don't know how to express what we feel really from the inside.
Yeah, it's a feeling of uncertainty and impotency because you don't know what happens and you don't know what to react. So you just wait with anxiety pretty much.
Yeah, you always say this will never happen, this will never happen. But when it happens in that moment, it kind of hits you that this isn't my country. This is where I grew up. This is where I have memories. This is the friend that I know, they live there. You know, what if my uncle was driving to Beirut that day? What if this? What if that? All that what if questions start suddenly coming to your mind, and you start thinking, what's going to happen today, tomorrow? What's the future of my country? Is it going to be the same when I go there again? How is it going to look when I leave the airport and I see all this destruction?
Yeah. It gives you chills because the radius of the explosion was so wild. You can see it's like almost like an atomic bomb dropping on Beirut, for example. It's almost like a war scene. It's very hard to grasp.
It was very strong that people in Cyprus heard it. So the other side, and my family who lived almost 2 hours away from Lebanon, they also heard it. So imagine how huge it was. And just imagine after hearing all this, being in Beirut at that very moment. It's something that will always stick with you all your life. So you start thinking like, why do these people deserve to go through this? Why?
Right.
No one will ever know how they're feeling or what they're thinking. It's something unreal.
Yeah, yeah.
No words can ever explain what just happened.
Exactly.